What's up YouTube, this is Sean. I am back, and in this video we are going to be working on a universal cosplay foam armor. This template is based off of my SV kit that I sell on Etsy. I picked up some 5mm EVA foam. This is what I'm going to use for the base. It costs about $8 a roll. And then I picked up some 2mm craft foam, and I'm going to be using this for the accents. Now you could use 5mm, you could use 3. I went and used 2 because that's all they had. I went and printed the templates in 100%. This will fit an adult medium to large. You can also scale the patterns up in increments of 5% to change sizes. Now keep in mind, when you make foam armor, you want to make sure that you have about an inch gap between the armor and your armpit for mobility, because that is important to some people, not to most. Now these patterns are patterns within patterns, so you want to cut out the outer patterns first to your base foam, and then you can go in and cut the inside patterns out on your accent foam, which in my case will be the 2mm foam. Now you can also cut every other pieces out. Once you transfer the image over, you can flip the entire pattern over and you can do the other side. Hope that makes sense. Here is my base foam. I've already cut it out, and then I scored the inside patterns in there slightly. And here are my accent foams that I cut out of 2mm foam. I'm using some CA flex glue. It's something new to me. I'm going to try this out for the first time, and so far I think it's okay, but it's sort of towards the shot, you know. Um, you could use contact cement, spread it all over, make a mess, and then scrape it, you know, whatever. But with CA glue, you only need to apply it to one surface, and then once you lay down your bead of glue, you just place your pattern on top of it. But the problem is you gotta wait for it to dry, and that could take a little while. Now, I know they have accelerators that you can spray on to one surface, but it leaves a crusty side effect that I don't really like. But you'll see this later on in the video, what I'm talking about. But overall, it makes it easier to glue on accent, because you only have to put glue on one surface, whereas with contact cement, you know, you have to apply it on both surface and then wait for it to dry. But the bond would be instant with contact cement. With CA glue, yeah, you gotta wait a little while. Now after I got all my inner, or my accent placed on there, I went and put in a piece of plexiglass over it, just so I can apply some weight on there, and try not to shift anything around. And I noticed that the CA glue kind of seeped through the foam, but it wasn't too bad. Now I'm using barge contact cement for the edges to glue the main pieces together, because you need that instant bond that barge contact cement does. Now you apply it to both surfaces, you let it dry to a tack, which takes about, you know, 2 to 5, maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes might be too long, but yeah, the bond is instant once the pressure is applied. And you can see where I started in the center and I worked my way out. And then with foam, you may have to compress one edge, stretch the other, in order to get it to conform right. So now that I got the chest piece glued together, I'm gonna attach the abdominal piece. And you see where I'm starting in the center. I'm eyeballing everything. I don't really use hash registration marks, but yeah, I start in the center, and then I'll compress the chest edge while stretching the abdominal edge, and then getting it together like that. But you know, you could use the registration mark. I do provide that on the template, but I haven't used registration marks in a long time, and yeah, it looks. So far, this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty cool. You can apply some heat to make this form a little bit better, but so far right now it looks pretty cool. I mean, not too bad for something that's originally started as a flat piece of material. But yeah, and here are the back pieces. I'm gonna take the two side pieces and then glue them to the center, starting at the corner, the outer corner, and then just work my way in, which is kind of opposite from what we did with the chest piece. But yeah, you want to start on the outer corner and work your way in, and then once you get the two sides glued on, you want to take the lower sides or the lower back pieces and then glue that on, starting off at the outer corner and working your way into the center, just like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the back piece. I mean, so far so groovy, and everything is starting to look legit. Now you want to go back and double check all your seams are um, glued in. Make sure nothing's loose, because once that contact cement is dried, there's no turning back. Well, there is. I mean, you can apply some heat and squeeze it together, reactivate that glue. I got some 2 millimeter craft foam, which I'm gonna cut into 1.5 inch strips, and then I'm gonna cut that down into 2 inch segments or whatever, and I'm gonna put it on this lock ring that I 3D printed, and we're gonna glue that to the side rib area, just like that. And this is gonna be holding the side to the back pieces, and you only need two for the ribs for adjustability or flexibility, up to you which one you want. I prefer flexibility for the ribs, because breathing is a thing. And now we're going to do the same for the back piece. This will connect to the front, just like that. Now, I do provide the STL files for these lock rings. I think that's what they're called. That's what it says in the package that I did buy some. I didn't have any 1.5 inch, so I had to print these myself. But yeah. Now the sides, you can make it adjustable or flexible. I'm using some elastics with some Velcro sewn on each side, and they're gonna loop around just like that. And it helps you. It makes it more comfortable for breathing. So you're gonna insert it into one loop ring, and then into the other, just like that, and then stick the Velcro together. Now you can use buttons too. I'll make some videos on using that method later. Now, as for the traps, I'm using 5 millimeter craft foam for the traps. Now, as far as the trap straps goes, I'm not making them adjustable, but I am gonna make them fit. You're gonna want them to fit, but there's really no reason for them to be adjustable unless you plan on growing overnight. Getting taller, not wider. But yeah, I went and eyeballed these straps into the center of the front, and then I measured it on my mannequin's body. I marked where the back needs to be glued on, and then I glued it on just like that. Now it helps to have a helper with you, unless you have a mannequin that's like your size. But yeah, once you get the trap straps put on, then you're gonna glue the strap padding or strap pad. I don't know what to call that. Trap pads? I think that's what I've been calling it. And then you want to glue that on while the straps are bent. That way you have the curvature glued onto the strap. Now I did preheat it and then bend it a little bit, but I might have overbent it you know, it might be easier just to glue these trap pads onto the straps while it's on the body. So, but I don't really have any other body to do this while filming, so works out for me. Let's move along to the arm pieces. These are the pieces for the shoulder pauldron. I'm going to start by taking the side pieces and glue them to the center, starting off at one corner and then working my way to the other corner. Now, if you're wondering what that piece of paper is I'm using for my surface, it's actually backing paper for vinyl stickers. It's very slippery. The contact cement doesn't really stick on it, but it helps slide the foam when you're gluing pieces together. So if you come across some, you know, just hold on to it. They don't last very long, but they're, you know, makes it easier when you're gluing these foam pieces together. You can use parchment paper, but they're not as thick, and they're real flimsy. Now I'm gonna apply some contact cement onto the surface of the shoulder pauldron. Now this is my preferred method of gluing on accents. Now it is a little messy, but I'll just like glob some glue, and I'm using a silicone brush and just scraping it along the edges. Really, I'm just trying to cover the edges, not so much the center, but you want to get the center too, you know. It's not as important as the edges though. And then yeah, the silicone brushes are really handy for this type of deal. I'll leave some links to all the stuff that I'm using in the description. But yeah, then I'm gonna apply some contact cement onto the accent pieces. Now, if you're wondering where I got this yellow spreader, it's not a spreader, but I got that from Home Depot and the plumbing section where they sell PVC cement. I don't think that's the same as contact cement, but yeah, it retracts. And that dauber, the spreader itself, I got that from Tandy, and I just swapped off the dauber on there. So it, you know, just in case you're wondering where I got that from. Now that the contact cement is dry to attack, I'm going to go ahead and apply the accent to the pauldron, making sure everything is nice and smooth. Working with 2 millimeter foam, you know, it's easy because you can actually like squeeze the pieces on there and then slightly compress some areas. So it works really good around curvature areas, just like this. Now that I got the top piece of the accent on there, it's time to do the bottom pieces. Now you could make you can alter the pieces. You can actually use thicker foam if you like. Just do whatever you feel you want to do. I mean, it's up to you. It's just cosplay to me, so it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now I went ahead and did the bicep pieces off camera because it's just, you know, gluing accent foam to base foam. But once I got that all put together, now I'm gonna attach the pauldron to the bicep piece. And then you want to measure this to your body, but I'm just guesstimating right here. I'm guesstimating. I put it on my mannequin and it looked good on it. So yeah, you could go lower or higher, up to you. And just gluing it onto the bicep piece, like that. And then I made some. I went and cut some strips into 1 inch. I'm using these 1 inch loop ring or lock ring. I don't know what you really want to call it, but yeah, I'm gonna glue the strips inside the lock ring, just like that. Now the strips are 1 inch by 3 inches, and then I curve the edges, and then I'm gluing them together, and then I'm applying glue to one side, which is gonna be then later glue onto the like the bicep pieces, just like this. And you could glue under. I decided to go over, just, you know, for aesthetic purpose, contrast. I think it looks cool. I don't know. You tell me what you think. You know, you can actually make it square. You don't have to round it off. Talk about these little tab things. And here's the bracers. I went ahead and did 3 per side, making 6 per bracer. And so you'll need like 12 for both arms. 12 of these, I don't know what you call that, the strap assembly. That's what we'll call it, the strap assembly. The lock ring, loop ring strap assembly. So once I got it all glued together, I'm gonna apply some heat to this. I got my Cricut ironing pad, so I don't really damage the cutting board underneath there. I'm gonna apply some heat to it, and it seems like that that flex glue, CA glue, holds up to the heat pretty well. And once I get it nice and warm, the EVA foam is gonna get soft, and then I'm able to bend it and get some curvature into the foam. And once I get it nice and soft, I'm gonna wrap it around a something brown, like a PVC pipe or a bat. You could probably use a bat, but I don't have either of those, so I'm using this Clorox disinfected wipe thing. And for the strapping, I'm gonna use some Velcro. It's not like Velcro, it's like cable straps, which works like Velcro. It's hook and loop, that's what it's called. Velcro is actually a brand name, but it's like double-sided hook and loop, and I got that from Harbor Freight, and they use it for strapping cables together or holding cables together. I'm gonna use it to strap my bracers together. Now this will be adjustable, not flexible. But if you want it to be flexible, then you can use elastic. But I don't think you'll need this to be flexible. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same with the shoulder bicep assembly. I think that's what we're gonna call that. And I'm gonna put some Velcro, some hook Velcro onto the inside right here. This make it stick to the sleeve of the shirt. It'll stick to some garment, but you wanna sew the loop onto the undergarment, and then this hook right here will attach to that. I hope that makes sense. But I'm using some CA glue for this part, and I'm gonna spray some kicker, some activator or accelerator onto the Velcro itself. First, I'm gonna spread the CA glue around, make sure I get all close to the edges, and then off camera I'm spraying the activator onto the Velcro. And notice once I put the Velcro onto the foam or the CA glue to the kicker, it starts to heat up, and you can see it's starting to smoke there. I don't know if that's normal. That's the first time I've ever seen that. And I use CA glue regularly. It's kind of weird. I thought it was kind of cool. But anyways, so far this is where we're at. I'm gonna do some leg pieces, some belts for this particular template later on. But yeah, so far so groovy. I hope you're digging what I'm cooking. I think that's how it goes. Remember, it's been a while since I said that. Anyways, now this build process video actually works for other templates like this one, and this other one right here. So yeah, if you guys are into this kind of stuff, then go check out my Etsy. I'll leave links in the description, and also links for other stuff that I also used in this video. So if you enjoyed the video and you got something from it, then hit that like button, you know, and leave a comment. Go down there and tell me how much you miss me and how much you're glad that I'm back. Yeah. And if you want to see more video, then hit that subscribe button. Or not, you know, that's up to you. Well, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.